la lipsa de motivare pe care foarte mulți angajați.
When they do the right thing.
أما بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Tackling Islamophobia in all various manifestations, MEND is an organisation who seek to work with policymakers, politicians, statutory agencies, local government across the country, highlighting attacks on Muslims living here in the United Kingdom. These attacks include Muslim women being physically and verbally abused, Muslim graves in cemeteries being desecrated all over the country, and of course, media bias.
MEND is dedicated to tackling Islamophobia in all its forms, whether that happens to be attacks on the street, whether that happens to be misconceptions of the British Muslim community, disparities from a legislative perspective, or just old-fashioned prejudicial attitudes.
Local authorities, universities, and in most political parties, MEND is seen as a progressive, dynamic and inclusive organisation.
But I do know that I want to be part of helping to portray Islam as the peaceful and respectful religion that it is. One way I think we can all play a part is to involve ourselves with all sections of our communities and give forums to enable people to ask questions of us so that we can all understand each other a lot more. Events such as this really help this.
And that's a challenge for all of us. It means that we all have to work harder to work across communities so the edges are blurred, differences become less distinct, and common concerns and similar concerns, the thing which are predominant.
On counterproductivity from a radicalisation perspective, we're not just asking prevent people, we're begging them to come and work with the Muslim community. Because we need to work with them to get this thing right, to weed out the radicals and to weed out the terrorists. But we can't do that if you're constantly telling us you're wearing a scarf, you're a terrorist. We can't do that if you're telling us you've got a beard, you're a terrorist. Because we know we're not terrorists. And we know that doesn't represent terrorism. Are the ladies in hijab in this room terrorists? No. Are the men with a beard terrorists? No.
And as a community, I don't think we've done a good enough job of explaining that some of our cultural baggage is certainly not what our religion proposes.
It's all counsellors' roles, all politicians' roles, whether you're a counsellor or not, to help where they can with issues and problems, because it shows that you don't just care. Caring is important, but it also means that you're willing to act.
The whole idea is to bring communities together, and the whole idea is to empower the Muslim community from a media literacy and political engagement perspective, and for all of us to work together to get rid of this evil of Islamophobia.
In times of huge uncertainty, divisions, misunderstanding of identity, faith, culture, traditions and customs, MEND offer an open platform to talk and discuss with honesty and sincerity what's not reported in mainstream media and what's going on in our communities around the country. So how is this campaign going?
Well, when you consider MEND was set up, about a year and 3 months, 4 months ago, something like this. It's now a national organisation already. It received an accolade from the World Economic Forum for an example globally of best practice of human rights. It sits on the Crown Prosecution Services panel. It works with police crime commissioners across the UK. We've given evidence in a number of government inquiries. But most of all, we have 25 teams across the UK dedicated towards tackling Islamophobia and reaching out towards their non-Muslim communities. It's gone pretty well, actually. It's surprised even myself, I think.
You may not agree with everything MEND and others represent, say or do. However, from what I witnessed on the night, you cannot deny their passion, determination to foster and cultivate respect, peace and harmony for all. Milton Brown, KLTV.
La lipsa de motivare pe care foarte mulți angajați.
When they do the right thing.